Hey everyone, this is Lokay here in the beautiful Pacific Northwest, and today I wanted to share a little secret with you guys, a secret as to how you can accomplish anything that your heart desires. And this is something I learned at a young age. When I was about 16 years old, I got really sick, and it was at a really difficult time because right at the moment I got sick, my dad was dying. He was a few months away from passing over. And so I was already going through a lot of difficult emotions and really strong hardship. And then my body started to fail on me. And it was like so intense. I couldn't digest anything. I had a serious autoimmune digestive problem called ulcerative colitis, all these ulcers, rawness all through my colon. And it was really painful. It was really difficult. And that was emotionally difficult enough, let alone facing death. In a way, I was facing my own death as well. And so I went to the doctor and they didn't know what it was. We went to the doctor's office and I explained my symptoms, and he was like, okay, I think I know what it might be, so we're going to put you on these drugs, and if they work, then it's probably what I'm suspecting. If not, we're going to have to keep guessing. And so they prescribed me some medications. I started taking them. And pretty quick, I started to feel better, relatively better. But then they wanted to do a colonoscopy and go a bit deeper. And so I went to this doctor, this gastroenterologist. Me and my mom walk into the office. It's a classic situation, big, huge wooden desk, top floor of the building, big, beautiful office. He sat on one side of the desk. We sit down in two chairs on the other. And right in front of us, right on the front of his desk, is this big trophy. It's like a gold trophy. And we look at what it says, and it had his name on it, and it had the name of the drug that I had been taking, and it was literally a huge version of the pill that I was taking. And me and my mom just look at each other like, holy shit, what is this? This is crazy. It just did not leave a good feeling inside of us. And he explained the procedure and what he wanted to do, and we asked him, what about diet? Is there any diet that we can do? And he said, no, just don't eat McDonald's and try to eat your vegetables. And if you're lucky, we won't have to do surgery and cut out your colon. So needless to say, I walked out of that office pretty discouraged and fearful. But my mom mentioned, why don't we see a naturopath? Why don't we get a second opinion? And so at that point, I was open to anything. And mind you, at this time I was eating like potato chips and French fries and meat and potatoes, and that was pretty much my diet, and sugar. But I was desperate. So we go to the naturopath, walk into the office. He was very welcoming. In fact, his name was Dr. Yam. And beautiful man. And he really encouraged me and gave me hope. I said, well, I'm going to have this my whole life, and I don't know, what can we do about it? And he's like, your whole life? What are you talking about? That's not necessary. And right there, something clicked. And it changed that dialogue, because the Western medicine said this is lifelong sickness. If you're lucky, it'll, be manageable. If not, you're kind of screwed. And this doctor gave me hope right away. So I was like, okay, I'm going to listen to you. What do you have for me? And he gave this whole diet plan. It was basically the opposite of what I was eating. But I walked out of that office and I knew I had to do it. So I get home, I open the fridge, and the first thing I do is I'm going to start right now. And I pull this carrot out of the fridge and just start eating this carrot. I never ate carrots before. I hated vegetables. And it took me probably 30 minutes to eat this carrot. And finally, I finished it. But to me, that carrot was a declaration. And that declaration was that I was going to heal myself, no matter what it took. And I was not going to take these drugs for my whole life. I was not going to fall into surgeries, and I wasn't going to keep being sick. And so what that was I chose life. It was a path towards death or towards life is how I perceive it, and I chose life. And I said at all costs. And there's a term, burn the ships and, no retreat. The only way is forward. And that's what I did. Took me many years, but I healed myself. And I healed myself of that sickness with the help of many powerful healers and amazing people, and I broke through. And so in life, when we make those declarations, when we say at all costs, I will achieve this goal, I will achieve what I want, what I need, and it becomes the utmost priority, and we start to make a plan for it, nothing can stop us. There'll be failure. I got sick many times after that. It was a recurring thing, but eventually I broke through. And sometimes I had to get sicker before I broke through and got well. So remember that, whether it's a financial goal, a health goal, a relationship goal, a life goal, whatever it might be, if you make it a priority, you will achieve it, even if it takes you your whole life.